Welcome. So great to have you here to this
Oh,
very, very special day.
we
Have one
appreciate
of
you
our
watching.
heroes, great heroes, with us today. And
Yes, we have TC Christensen, and we are just so grateful that he made room for us in his schedule. And we are going to talk about something very exciting today that he has to tell us about.
today,
Yep.
like today.
Yeah. And we are hoping that you will let us know where you are watching from around the world. So as we began, TC, thank you for being with us. We so appreciate it. Your
No,
life has been incredible. We want to tell you about it a little bit. We'll try to keep it short.
yes.
He said, just tell everybody I eat a lot of potato chips and I like to make movies. But, you know.
That's it. That's all I got.
He is an American cinematographer, director, writer, and producer. And he is best known, as you all know, probably everybody has heard or seen one of his movies. Such movies
We've seen all of them.
Thanks. Yay.
Yeah, just to name a few. Oh, we loved the second to last one that he did, which was Raising the Bar, the Alma Richards story.
So inspiring.
So wonderful.
Our
You need to watch
grandkids
it.
cried. And I need to tell you, our neighbor called, she's 90, and she said, every person in the world, especially all your youth, you go get them all and make them watch this movie.
Well, I love that, Grandma.
Yeah.
You'll meet her.
And then Escape from Germany. And that means a lot to us.
Because I served in Germany on my mission. And I still had people remembering those stories when I was there. And to see the movie just brought it all back so much. Wow.
Yes. Other ones are Love Kennedy, Ephraim's Rescue, 17 Miracles, The Cokeville Miracle, Joseph Smith, Prophet of the Restoration, Testaments, The Work and the Glory. I think you're
Emma
up
Smith
to like,
story.
yeah. Are you up to like 80?
I don't know. I don't know.
You lost count.
They are so inspiring. And, you know, we had handcart pioneers and we had rescuers, and all that stuff is just our family history come alive. There's something, TC, about National Geographic said, we are hardwired biologically to receive stories. I thought that was an interesting source for people to say that. But good stories motivate and inspire, but true stories transform our lives. And your true stories have transformed our life, our family's life. And it's not just that you tell them, and it's not just that we understand the story. It's like we step inside their life and feel what they felt and experience what they did, and the empathy that comes and the profound life lessons are overwhelming. I'm getting a little tearful because they have meant so much to watch my grandkids respond to things that we care about so much.
Oh,
and you're that gift in our life. So
yeah, and we need to thank your sweet wife, Katie. They live in Farmington, and they are grandparents to 4, and they live by them. Well, that is the way it should be. We love living by our grandkids.
The way it should be.
Oh, but today we get to talk about TC's newest release. In fact, last night,
it was a premiere showing or something, right?
And then today it will be in theaters everywhere.
And so will we be.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, so TC, tell us a little bit about your new movie, Stand Out.
Well, it's an idea that started 30 years ago. We lived most of our married life in Centerville, and there was a young boy in the town who we would notice at town events and whatever. I didn't know what his deal was. He was just different. And then I started to get to know him a little bit because I knew his parents. And at one point, I mean, this is 30 years ago, I'm sitting next to Tanner, my son, at some kind of a basketball game or something, and he's out there running around, this kid. And I nudged my son and said, "You see that kid?" "Yeah, I see that kid." I said, "That kid's a movie." And I just knew there was something about him that was going to make a movie. And I actually then got to know that his name, it's Ben Kjar, and a very prominent family out here in Davis County, and part of the Smoot family, Stan Smoot. And so I talked to his father. This is 25 years ago, and said, "Hey, I'm interested in your son. I think he could be a great subject for a movie. What do you think?" And Scott said, "I'll get back to you. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to the family." And it just never happened. And now, 25 years later, I can see why it wasn't the right time for it to happen, because Ben needed to live his life more and have all these things that now make for terrific story. And then also my son Tanner needed to mature, get experience, and he's the one who is the director of this film. I back it off. I'm the producer and the director of photography, but this is really my son's film. I'm the proud papa on this.
Oh, yes. Yes. And if you want to, there are several podcasts where Tanner explains his side of it and tells about being a director, and just it's amazing. And a lot of those have been on also.
To watch your son take over this wonderful part of your work and do it this time must be so gratifying.
The most gratifying thing is that he's doing it so well. It's like you actually listened.
Yeah.
But see, he's been the editor of all our films for the last 20 years. And editing is a great school ground for directing. You have all this footage and you see all the mistakes and you see all the good things. And he's ingested that and maybe learned a thing or two from me. I doubt it, but because of that background, and he stepped into this, and I am so proud that he has focused on storytelling. You know, we do only true stories, and what it matters to me is how good is the story. You know, that I've never went off and tried to find a big Hollywood star to be in our films, or, you know, had other worries about, oh, it has to be the biggest production ever. If I can get the audience interested and hooked in a story, that's my goal.
Oh, you
do it so
good
profoundly.
at that. Kind of taking ordinary people, and yeah, like you said, it doesn't have to be somebody that's famous or movie star-ish, you know, and that's some of the magic of what you do.
Well, thanks.
Wow. So this story is, I think Tanner said it's kind of like Wonder and Rocky put together.
Yeah, most people have seen those two. You get that image. It's a young man. This Ben was born with Cruzon syndrome, which I doubt if any of you have heard of. It's very rare,
Right.
but it's a problem where the bones of the head they don't work right, and they have to go in and operate, and it gives an odd look to the face, and it's an awful thing for a little kid to have to go through. And like you can imagine, a kid that looks different like that, he ends up getting teased and made fun of, which he did. And we do I think, very powerful scene in the film where he is made fun of, and he comes home crying, and he runs in the bathroom determined to find some way to get a new face. And he's looking around, what can I do in here? What can I use? Because this face is not working for me. And his mother realizes something's wrong and comes in and turns his life around. She tells him, you were born to stand out. You're different, and don't you worry about that. You get out there and play with those other kids. That kind of a parent relationship that she's just one of the stars of the film, what she and her husband did for this young man.
That's amazing.
Oh, goodness.
And you know, what kid these days doesn't run in front of the mirror someday and look and say, I wish it were all different. I mean, it's just such a common experience that this will relate and resonate with everyone.
Yes, I hope so. We actually had a doctor who does craniofacial surgery heard about our film and sought us out, watched the film, and I love his comment was, he said, any person with a craniofacial disorder needs to see this film, and if you don't have a craniofacial disorder, you need to see it twice.
Yeah, that's
I love
perfect.
that. Oh,
Because it
absolutely.
teaches you how to, you learn from Ben more how to react and how to deal with people that are looking different than we are.
And
Right.
you want to say anything about how you found little Ben?
Yes, I love that
Seems like
story.
such
We
a mystery.
in the film we had to have a young Ben Care, and he looks different because of his Cruzon syndrome. Well, we put out a search. Ben Care himself is connected with all of these organizations, and we're looking all over the country, all over the world, sending out texts and emails, so trying to find somebody, and we could not come up with anybody. Well, after it was crunch time, it was almost time to film, and Ben got a call from somebody. Hey, I think my son might be good for this. And see, one of the problems is that there were kids out there that could have done it, but their parents didn't want to put them on the big screen.
Mm.
I understand. We
Sure.
get that. But this family said, yeah, I think this might work. Well, now comes the big test. Are they living in Bangladesh, or where are we going to find these people? Where do you live? I said, we live in Spanish Fork, Utah. They live about 10 minutes from Ben Care's house.
Oh,
So that was our first miraculous kind of thing with that. And then the second thing was he had been waiting for surgery, this little boy named Colton Fielding. And to have that surgery would change his look. That's kind of one of the points of having that surgery. And their doctors had kept putting it off and putting it off. And the parents were frustrated. And when they met us and saw what we were doing, they said, now we know why that has been put off. And we got all of his scenes filmed. And then within a few weeks, he got in and has had the surgery now.
isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we
I mean-
happen to have a trailer, and we're going to try
Oh, yeah.
to show it. We're going to see
This
if
might take a
will
couple
work.
of clicks. We'll give it a try.
Okay.
Well, Scott, maybe if you want to sing, you do the music and I'll act it out.
Did that work?
Not to me. I didn't see or hear anything.
Oh,
Really?
shoot. We just showed it.
Well,
Oh,
to your
gosh.
shoves?
Yeah, I guess.
How
Oh,
did you
Sorry to
like
everybody.
it?
Yeah.
We love the suspense. Now you're going to have to go see it for sure.
Well,
Oh,
they can, it's standoutfilm.com. The trailer's posted there. It's real. I think it's a lovely trailer, probably worth looking at.
it is. We're going to try one more time. I don't know why it didn't do it. Let's see. And
Well, hey, maybe your guests did see it. I just know I didn't see it.
you should have though.
Yeah,
Um,
you should have.
let's see. I'll probably see if it did it. Anyway, tell us a little bit more about um, the awards.
Yeah, let's talk about what's happened because of this film. So what's the Slam Festival or whatever?
Slam Dance. Well, we decided to take a year and see if we could generate some interest through film festivals. That's the way a lot of independents find their footing, with where it'll go and who will distribute it. And we had a very good year, won in quite a few festivals. Tan and Ben went to several of them. And the audiences, very typically, the film would get the audience's best film award because they're voting, and it's really a pleaser. People respond to it and like it, and so that being passed now, we've done that. Then today starts our release of the film, and we're starting in Idaho and Utah. This is a thing we've done with most of our films. We don't have the money to put it out and do a national release and have it in 4,000 theaters. So we start small, and then hopefully people go to it, they like it, the theaters fill up, and then we start expanding. So please, I hope there are people that hear my scraggly voice that can
love
get
the
out
theaters.
the
Yeah. Oh, that's so amazing. And I know you got the Spirit Award down in LA, and then, like you said, Best Picture and Best Documentary. It's interesting to call it a documentary feature film together. From everything I've heard, it comes out a lot more like a film.
Yeah, narrative film. Yeah, it is documentary in nature, but we don't really push that or talk about that because, there's a stigma with documentaries that we're going to go be taught something or learn, so that kind of thing. And it's not. It's a very entertaining piece. And the Tan is just a master at editing, and he's cut it in a way that just, I think, keeps telling a good story and keeps having complications, and then they solve it, and then here comes another complication, and it just keeps you engrossed in the story.
Oh, great. It sounds like one of the interesting blessings but challenges was that there was lots of footage of him actually wrestling. And some people think it might be a wrestling film, but it really is so much more than that. I mean, even if you don't understand wrestling, this will be an absolutely motivational film. But to try to use past footage and cut it in a way that makes sense to people that don't understand wrestling. And yet, from what I understand, that worked perfectly.
Well, and Tan had a great idea, and we do a little sequence that explains wrestling, kind of like a 1950s educational film, how wrestling works. And so, you get it. People get it enough to appreciate it. And I have to tell you, to me, it's a great idea for anyone to think about with our family history work, because that recording of their family, I'm already telling you how great Scott and Stana Kjar are. That one of the things they did is they carried a camera around everywhere with their kids. And this is a VHS, this big in 1980, and they're documenting all this. And we had just so much footage so you don't just hear about something that happened to Ben. So much of the time we go back and we see it. We see the wrestling match that propelled him into the national arena and all, just all those kind of things. We get to watch it. Didn't have to even try to recreate it.
That is such a tender mercy. And it is. Do your recording, everyone. Journals, movies, pictures.
You must have really related to that because you picked up your dad's camera when you were pretty young.
Yeah. And I was not near the cameraman that Scott and Stana Kjar are. They did a good job. They held it steady and they held on shots. You know how most of us start filming, just going crazy around the room. They
Yeah.
did a terrific job.
Amazing.
Oh, that is
That's
so
remarkable.
incredible. Oh, goodness. I'm going to try one more time and you let me know if this is actually working. I just want everyone to see this. Okay, sharing screen. Okay, there it is. And entire screen. Oh, no, we don't want entire screen. No.
And you're great to attempt this. I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm
I'm hoping it will work. I don't know why. Why it's not. Okay. We'll just try it again. Any luck? Okay. Is it working?
Well, not to my eyes.
Not. Okay. Let's see. Sharing this tab. Interesting. Okay, we'll try one more thing here. Stop. Can you hear it? No? Okay.
This is riveting television.
Okay, well, we tried. Please go watch the trailer. It's all over the internet.
And it's so good.
It is so
And we just watched it
so
here, the two of us.
Yeah, we just saw it. Sorry you didn't. But we'll put it in the comments also,
Yep,
so it's,
we'll put the link
so it's
to it.
easy to find. It is so emotional and it is so real. We were trying to think of times that you have actually made a movie about someone who is still alive. And we know that there were many who were still alive when you did Escape from Germany.
Well, a lot of them are dead, right?
One.
Yeah.
Oh, one
Just
was still
the
alive?
one. Yeah.
Well, one of the missionaries. There was actually some of that were kids that really did, like the children of the mission president, but pretty much it was Irma Rosenhan.
Yeah.
One.
Isn't that something? And so this is kind of different because
It
now,
is different, yeah.
yeah, Ben can actually do PR work for his own movie, which is so awesome. Listening to him share his experiences and elaborate on what you have captured so well in the movie. It's so heart touching. It is so, yeah, like I said, so emotional and so
He's so dynamic.
inspiring. Yeah. He really is. And, you know, you and Tanner and all those who've helped you have just captured that feeling. And like Scott said, you feel like you're stepping into his life, you know, and living with him. And so way to go.
So I loved what you said about encouraging everyone else to do this. And it might not end up in a movie, but it ends up in your family movies. And if you can show that, I mean, the other day we had a real miracle happen when I was young. That saved my life. And I knew there was a picture of it. And I've looked for it for 20 years. And she scanned a bunch of old slides. And I was flipping through them the other day. And there it was. And that picture, to show that to my grandchildren, rather than just try to tell this story, makes it all different. So at least our own life story can be our own life movie. And we can learn from your wonderful craft to be able to make it an inspiring tale to bless the lives of our children, grandchildren, and others, right?
That's one of the goals. And I want to make sure that our audiences knows that we're talking a lot about wrestling, but we get into Ben's life with finding a girl, which he grew up just feeling like, how could anybody ever love me? And we deal with that, and then they go through a process and they end up with kids and family and again problems and so forth. But it has way more to it than being a wrestling picture. It actually ends up being a romance.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
That's amazing.
it is so amazing. Wow. Oh, well, TC, this has been amazing. It has
Such a
been
delight.
so wonderful to be with you. And thank you again for all you do. You are, I don't know. I don't know a word to describe somebody who has spent his life trying to help others feel the spirit, be inspired. And so we just want to express our gratitude to you.
Yep,
You
you
got
have life beyond what you know.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for letting me talk about this. You're great. We're all pals. I would never turn you down. I do whatever you guys ask.
We'll remember that.
Okay, get to the theater and be inspired for sure.
Yes, and send feedback. We'd love to know how you're enjoying that movie and what you feel from it. And TC, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close?
Let's see. I, uh, I want to point out one little thing too that happens in the film, where Ben is, as a high school kid, kind of made fun of publicly, and a great lesson that I want people to pick up on when they see the film. Notice someone sees him hurting and they don't change, they don't do this big thing. They do a little thing that makes Ben flip. And instead of feeling bad about it, he feels good. And boy, I think we all have so many opportunities to do that in other people's lives. If we look and are aware of those around us and you see something is amiss, think, how can I get in the middle of that and make it better?
Oh gosh, I
Stand,
know.
stand out. The Ben Care story.
Stand out. Oh, thank you again.
Thanks so much.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you for having me. Bye.